What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the number one trending and topical issues podcast in the 254. This is the Kenyan podcast. I do hope that you're doing fantastic and everything is working out just well for you. And I do hope that the week is also treating you very, very well. On this particular platform, remember you can always connect with us on different social media platforms. We are actually on X. Search for Kenyan Podcast. You can also find us on IG Kenyan Podcast and on Facebook and Threads as well, the Kenyan Podcast. And on the platform, we are happy to also get to connect with you on mail. In case you would like to write to us, you can write to kenyanpodcast@gmail.com. And your support and your feedback is always much welcome. For those that have interacted with our episodes before, we want to appreciate you so much for the love and support that you have shown us. We do not take your company for granted. And of course, on the podcast today, we want to focus on something very, very important. And that happens to be the whole issue of AI adoption. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. And for those who have been checking out the trends, you realize that in Kenya, the artificial intelligence has actually been adopted to a very, very high rate. I don't know if you guys remember last year but one. We did have one of the leaders, actually not even one leader, a couple of our leaders being agitated by the use of AI to mimic them. You know, AI images have actually been made, so many of them. Some of them are not so pleasant. We saw some of them actually going even overboard and doing the unimaginable. But nonetheless, right now, I can tell you that one of the people who is not pleased with AI and the AI images, that would be Gladys Wanga. And so many images have been doing rounds on social media of Wanga and of Homa. Someone actually happened to ask on social media what happened to those particular pics that you will see that looks like from the old movies, like you would see from the movies that show Syria and show other different places. Some people have been playing with that, and it has actually been going insane. But our focus for today is not just with AI images. Our focus also goes into looking at also other ways in which AI has been used. I can tell you for a fact, when it comes to things like, for example, ChatGPT or Cloud or Gemini, these have been used for various reasons. Some of the reasons including presentation, some of the reasons including emails, some other reasons maybe perhaps putting together research and things like that. But when you look at the uses or the adoption, I would say that Kenya has actually been the global leader in that. One of the reasons that would actually contribute to this, I would say, is really because of the penetration of the use of mobile phones and the internet. And you look at how many people are able now to have these smart devices. So many people are able to get their hands on the smart devices. And I would say this is actually a positive thing, because if used for the right reasons, then Kenyans would actually be, at an advantage. There is a whole lot of things to be gained from this. But when used for the wrong reasons, when it comes to like using AI, AI for the wrong reasons, then it means that we shall actually be doing ourselves a great disservice. There has been a research that has been conducted recently, and this research shows that Kenya is actually even above in terms of AI adoption. It has actually even gone above countries such as Indonesia, other countries in Africa, and not just in Africa, but even in the Middle East. If you look at how this adoption has been, you will find that according to this research, which is a report by Data Reporter, it shows that a staggering 97.5% of the Kenyan market internet users aged between 16 and older actively get to use AI tools. And these extraordinary usage rates places East Africa as a tech powerhouse, comfortably ahead even of other digital economies, including the UAE and also including Indonesia, because they're saying for the UAE, United Arab Emirates, they came at 94.2, while Indonesia comes at 93.6, while Kenya is at 97.5. I would say there is a thriving tech ecosystem in Kenya, which is actually supporting this. And there is also these mobile fast innovation. So you find that there are so many innovations that have been built around mobile phones and smart technology, around mobile phones and AI, which is also pushing this further. And there is also the emergence of practical solutions, and these are practical solutions that are actually being presented through AI and through the internet and these smart devices. We're talking about tablets, phones, and personal computers and other devices that are being used in this. So if you look at maybe perhaps the impacts, there is an impact of maybe perhaps creating more opportunities, and also the impact of providing driving solutions that are actually direct solutions that people can access directly on their phone, and they can be used by people at all levels, especially if you're from the age of 18 to the age of about 30. This is where there is more active users of these AI, and I would say that it's actually a good thing. There are so many pros, but nonetheless also there are some cons at the end of the day, because there has been the use of AI even to push misinformation and disinformation, and even propaganda, sometimes even propaganda, political propaganda and social propaganda, which is actually, would lead to a retrogressive society. Instead of having progress, we might get to a place where we are going back now, and talking about misinformation and disinformation. These days, you will find that also people might lose the core skills of actually, doing their own, having inquisitive thinking, because these days you will just go to the AI tools, look for something, and you'll not even have to do your own inquisitive thinking, so that you will take whatever you find on these AI tools to be the truth, or to be, the correct thing, whereas the AI is also susceptible to making mistakes and are giving you wrong information. So therefore, it is also very important that even as we as Kenyans we get to adopt this AI, we are also having there should be a good structure in terms of helping us in navigate this path of AI, and how we get to adopt AI in our day-to-day lives, whether it becomes personal use or professional use. These need to be taken care of in an organized way, so that we do not lead to embracing the negative aspects of AI more than the positive. Nonetheless, this is a Kenyan podcast, the number one trending and topical issues podcast in the 254. We value and appreciate your company. We never take you for granted, and you can always connect with us, even on threads. Someone was asking me, what are you doing on threads? And I would actually say it's important that we are on multiple platforms, so that we can have you tuning in and getting us on many platforms, on Spotify, on a YouTube podcast, and also on other multiple platforms such as Apple Podcast. You can also listen to us on there as well. So let me know. My question is, for now, what is the most important thing that AI has helped you accomplish so far? That is my question once again for you as a listener on the Kenyan podcast. What is the most important thing that AI has helped you achieve so far? That would be my question for you today, because I would say some people have conducted researches. The other day I was actually even trying to work on a comic book, and this comic book actually is coming along just fine, because you can use some of these tools from AI to actually make something, and something that it didn't exist before. But also at the end of the day, someone has said that there is no AI. That was someone who came out strong, saying there is no AI. And why was he saying there was no AI? I was saying this is just an aggregation. You just aggregate information and put it on one platform, and put some add-ons on there and call it AI, and regurgitate all these information that is already existent. It is not nothing new. That was their viewpoint. But for me, I say you are actually entitled to your own opinion. Nonetheless, that is why we are here, to share opinion, and we also receive opinion from you right here on the Kenyan podcast, the number one trending and topical issues podcast in the 254. In case you haven't followed or subscribed, please make sure you do, and also turn on notifications, so that when you have a new episode out, you can also be able to find it, and you can also be able to tune in, and maybe perhaps tell a friend that they are also invited to join us on this particular platform, which is the Kenyan podcast. In case you would love to join us sometime on the Kenyan podcast, you are much welcome. You can write an email to us, which is kenyanpodcast@gmail.com, and also on the subject, let it be known, just highlight that it is a guest to guest on the Kenyan podcast, and we would get that right real quick, and I'll also get back to you and I see how we can organize for that. For now, I want to thank you so much for your support. Much peace and love. I want to wish you a happy and a productive rest of the day and the week. Even as you approach the adoption of this AI, please make sure that you're doing it in a way that is much more, be well thought, forethought, because you ought to give it a thought before you get into all these use of AIs and see, do your own due diligence and find what are the pros, what are the cons, and what is the best way forward. Much peace and love. Till next time, I want to say kwaheri. Have a great one ahead.